So, lads, this is how the Indiana Fever are going to beat the Atlanta Dream in this series. If you were likely to beat the Atlanta Dream, no. But if they're going to beat the Atlanta Dream, this is how they're going to go about it. Because the Dream are the better team here. The Dream are absolutely the better team when it comes to the Dream versus the Fever right now. I think this is one of those series where Dantas was going to have to play. I think losing Dantas, like, someone in my comment section literally said it, and they were like, Dantas is there. Like, Dantas was only really in the rotation and being, like, put in the rotation for three teams. The Dream, the Aces, and the Mercury. They were like, they were the only three teams that Dantas would even see the floor against. And against any other team, she plays 0 minutes because these teams can all run double bigs. These teams all run double bigs, and you can run the double bigs with Dantas and put Aaliyah Boss on the faster big because Dantas has the strength to kind of guard bigs, that little bit more true bigs, that little bit more than Natasha Howard. But with Dantas being gone, I think it's a real struggle. So what the Indiana Fever can't do is, and I think this is one of the real problems with Stephanie White, is that Stephanie White, when she coaches games, and I think this is going to be playoff Stephanie White, is she coaches to stop the other team, to stop the other team's game. She adjusts to what the other team wants to do. And I don't see anything wrong with that being as a coach, but you're not going to win by doing that. You don't have the personnel to adjust to this Atlanta Dream team. You just don't. There's no, like, you don't have the talent, you don't have the matchup, you don't have the size, you don't have versatility, you don't have the athleticism. The Fever don't have any way of matching up to this Atlanta Dream team. So for me, the only way this Indiana Fever team can win is by playing their game. Not even their game, playing a game that has been so far gone that we forgot existed, and that's the run. That's the running. Like, Odyssey Sims can throw ahead. Aaliyah Boston can throw ahead. Like, we gotta stop Aaliyah Boston post-ups. Like, Aaliyah Boston should only catch the ball. Free throw should be the closest to the basket. Aaliyah Boston should catch the ball. Everything should be coming off Aaliyah Boston. The thing is with this Atlanta Dream team is that they are a team that very much, like, they will not guard Natasha Howard. They will be willing to let Natasha Howard drop 40 in this series. We've seen it before. Carl Smesco has played against the Fever like it's a playoffs. They shoot, like, if someone's a non-shooter, they will not guard them. So you're going to see a lot of open Natasha Howard, and Natasha Howard's got to shoot that shot. She's got to shoot it, and she's got to get lucky and make it. Defensively, you pray they miss. Like, I know I hate saying that, you know, Stephanie White's defensive tactic is leave them open and pray they miss. That's the only way you're going to stop this team. You can't stop Bree Jones inside, because then Aaliyah Boston, if they start dominating the Bree Jones, Aaliyah's in foul trouble, then you lose. You don't have enough wing firepower to stop any of their guards. Any of their wings, like Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray, are too big. They're just too big for our wings. This team is just, and then even their bench, like, you can't leave Tahina Pow Pow open. But you might have to leave Tahina Pow Pow open. And then suddenly they bring in Griner off the bench. We can't guard her either. So, as much as I say, oh, we can't guard this, we can't do this, we can win by scoring more points than them. And to score more points than them, we have to impose ourselves on the game. Kelsey Mitchell has got to shoot every single open shot, even the half open ones. Kelsey Mitchell has got to go 0-1 Allen Iverson and be fine with shooting 36% from the field in the playoffs. Like, she's got to go 0-1 Allen Iverson. Every time she comes off a screen and there's an inch of space, she has to shoot. She has to shoot. I don't care if Kelsey Mitchell goes 0 for 30. She's got to shoot close to 30 shots. I don't care how they're guarding her. We don't have the firepower necessary otherwise. If they start double and triple teaming her, I'm confident she's going to be able to pass the ball to people. And the problem is that the pick and roll is not going to be open because they're going to have a second body in the paint on every single drive. Why? Because they're going to leave Natasha Howard open. We don't have another power forward. We just don't. We don't have, like, Bree Turner, you don't have to guard either. We don't have a lineup that we can run. Like, Sophie Cunningham's gone, where we can space the floor around Leah Boston. That lineup doesn't exist. Chloe Bibby's gone. Sophie Cunningham's gone. Damiris Dantas is gone. Heck, even Caitlin Clark is gone, when you could say maybe you're going to put in a lineup with Lexi trying to guard bigs, or you're going to sit in a zone. I think the Fever are going to play a lot of zone. I think they're going to have to. I think they're going to have to switch up defenses, if nothing else, constantly switching up defenses to throw different looks at the Atlanta Dream. Maybe confuse them so that they're getting slightly different looks every time, and that can sometimes lead to a team being cold. But the Fever need two things to win this game. They need to control the tempo, and Atlanta want to play fast. So it's not just about running up and down headlessly. It is about just being in control of it. It's like when you want to play slow, you play slow. When you want to play fast, you play fast. If the Atlanta Dream are able to make this a grinded out game like they have been against us 3 out of 4 times, we lose. It's as simple as that. 3 out of 4 times, they made it a grinded out game. We lose a grinded out game. We get swept in a grinded out game. This pace has to be on the Indiana Fever's terms. And on the defensive end, it is, you pray. Like, I know you can't, it's hard to say, but you pray. You pray that you get stops, because I don't see a scenario where there's many stops available in this game. Like, I don't see a scenario where the Atlanta Dream score less than 80. So now it's a situation where the Indiana Fever have got to look to hit 85 points. And you can't hit 85 points allowing the Atlanta Dream to control the tempo. And that's the problem with Steph White as a coach. And it's like, I don't think Steph White is a bad coach. Like, she's a really good coach. I think in this scenario is that she's a reactive coach. It's like every time they used to full court press with Maya Caldwell, anytime Caitlin Clark gets full court pressed, Stephanie White took the ball out of her hands. When Kelsey Mitchell is going to get doubled, Steph White's probably going to take the ball out of her hands. And you can't have that. Like, it's too easy to take the Fever out of their game because Stephanie White is purely reactionary. She's a purely reactionary coach, which is good, as in her game plan is good. She does a good job of stopping other teams. She does a lot of really good things as a coach. She's just very reactionary. But yeah, that's pretty much it, lads. That is pretty much it. That is how I think the Fever have a chance of winning. They gotta exploit, like, double bigs aren't gonna play much, but they gotta exploit the speed advantage the speed advantage that Kelsey Mitchell has over anybody, especially in transition. And they gotta exploit the fact that Aaliyah Boston can be your offensive hub. If we start seeing Aaliyah Boston early in the game, if we see Aaliyah Boston backing down the post, we might as well just stop watching. It's over. It's over. We're not winning. Like, yes, Aaliyah Boston might get her points, but it's about, in the playoffs, who gives a fuck who scores? It's about how the team scores. If we are using Aaliyah Boston, who is our only offensive facilitator or offense initiator, the only player that we can run through on the team. We can run stuff to somebody. Kelsey Mitchell can pass. Ollie Sims can pass, but like, the only player that can actually run stuff through and run as a hub is Aaliyah Boston. If we're running her as a post-up player, buy the tickets to Cancun. Buy the tickets to Cancun. Get ready, because there isn't going to be a game 3 if we're using Aaliyah Boston as a post-up player against Bree Jones, who's better than Aaliyah Boston's post-up player. And that's the thing, in the Connecticut Sun system, Aaliyah Boston with Steph White is almost trying to use her like she's Bree Jones, and you're not going to out Bree Jones. So maybe that's the video. I'll see you guys.